In this video, we're going to be checking out the all-new upgraded Lectric XP 3.0.
Also in this video, we're going to share 5 things that we think will help upgrade your XP 3.0 experience.
Before we get started, if you are looking to purchase any Lectric electric bike, you can support the channel for free by using our affiliate link down in the description before you make your purchase. Thank you so much for your support. We'll also have some helpful resources down in the description, our popular electric bike accessories list, a link to our newly launched store at shop.ebikescape.com, and also links to our electric bike discounts code page, and finally, our top e-bike brands page where we showcase all the brands that we truly believe in. Now, let's get to the upgraded 3.0. JT, what is new with the 3.0?
So Lectric has done 2 fairly large upgrades, Ryan and I would consider, to their bike that comes in at $999. The first one, and the most important one, is going to be to the brakes. They went from mechanical disc brakes to hydraulic disc brakes. And then the other upgrade they gave, which was more of a quality of life upgrade, is they changed the controllers. So what they did on the previous XP 3.0 is it was a speed limited controller. So whether you were in pedal assist 1 to 5, there was a speed limit related to which pedal assist level you were in. Whereas now they're going to a current-based system. So what that means is that your pedal assist level 1, you're going to say get 6 amps, and then in pedal assist level 5, you'll get the maximum amount of amps that the controller is capable of putting out.
And I showed off the power controller in our full-length review if you want to check that out. But in this video, we're going to get some of JT's perspective once he gets a chance to have some fun with the power controller. And speaking of fun, we have the cones out.
Yeah, so we have our various colored cones, which went down really well in our XP trike video. And we're going to set these up, and we're going to try and show you physically what the difference is between the mechanical disc brakes and the hydraulic disc brakes. And a little caveat too to what Ryan was saying, the Expedition has this same current-based system. So this is not my first experience with this controller, but on my Expedition, I absolutely love it. So I'm excited to see it come to the $999 flagship electric bike here.
All right, let's get into the brake test. And just to clarify, the step through in black here, this is the one with the hydraulic disc brakes, and the one JT is going to be riding first. The high step is the one with mechanical disc brakes. We have 22 feet approximately of cone set out here, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, all right. See you in a second.
And I can actually hear those mechanical disc brakes making a little bit of noise as JT pulled away. Probably one of the biggest complaints on the 3.0 was the brakes, so that's really awesome that they went to hydraulic for the increased stopping power, and we'll see just how good the stopping power is. JT is going to get up to approximately 20 miles an hour and then slam on the brakes right at that green cone. There we go. I think you should leave the bike right there.
There you go. I'm just going to slide it in a little bit to get it out of my way. And that was both levers. As I'm assuming it looked, the rear wheel was locked up, and then the front wheel, the lever was all the way down. That was probably best case. And that was about, I don't know if Ryan said, 20 miles an hour. So, all right, let's see what the hydraulic brakes do.
Here it comes.
Yeah, so what is that?
So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 feet, about a bike's length.
Probably about a bike's length shorter, yeah. And that was way less dramatic. Like the levers didn't go all the way down. I had no more braking performance on the mechanical disc brakes. You could of course adjust that, but on the hydraulic disc brakes, I could have locked them up even more. That was just what I was comfortable with. It's a much more comfortable braking experience on hydraulic disc brakes than mechanical disc brakes, as you just have to put in less hand force. It's hard to translate that over to camera. It's just a much more easy experience on the hands and feels safer.
And suffice to say, once you try an electric bike with hydraulic disc brakes, you never want to go back to mechanical, but it's nice you can do so at $999. And the other thing that I personally appreciate and think about as it relates to new people to electric bikes, they just want to hop on and ride. They don't want to worry about if their brakes are adjusted. And the nice thing is the hydraulic brakes are just going to need less maintenance over time. Of course, you need to make sure they're still performing well, but you don't need to worry about moving the pads in and out. You just need to make sure that they're functioning properly and are aligned.
Yeah, one thing that should be said about too, what Ryan's stating about with adjustment, is mechanical disc brakes, the rear or the inner pad is stationary. When you're pulling the lever, the only thing you're moving is the front pad in and out. So on hydraulic disc brakes, there's physically two pistons that are pinching at the same time. So it's just a much easier experience, and you're applying double the force technically, whereas on mechanical disc brakes, sometimes if it's not adjusted correctly, you're actually bending the rotor, which is somewhat that contributes to that sound that you're hearing. So like Ryan said, from a beginner's perspective, hydraulic disc brakes are so much easier. The only thing you have to worry about, make sure your rotors are good, make sure they stay clean if you ever have to bleed them, and then make sure your pads are good.
All right, with that, I think we should talk about the power controller, and be sure to stay tuned for our 5 things to enhance your Lectric XP 3.0 experience.
Yeah. All right, here we are. We're both on Lectric XP 3.0. Ryan is on the mechanical disc brake non-upgraded controller version, and I am on the hydraulic disc brake and upgraded power controller. So I'm going to try and do my best to talk you through the pedal assist and tell you what I'm experiencing. Like we already said, I've experienced this controller. I really enjoy it compared to the speed limits. Now, before we get to any riding footage and talk about the differences between these two bikes and how they handle, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or outside rather. Ryan, why do you have a bottle of wine strapped to your top tube here? I know we're in Wisconsin, but I don't think you're supposed to drink while riding a bike.
Definitely not, but what better way to showcase the first thing that's going to enhance your experience, because the Lectric XP 3.0 does not have bottle cage bosses. What's really cool is you can strap it anywhere to the frame, and this is the new Sidewinder, which allows you to side load it, but we also have one that mounts normally. And you can adjust this to fit giant water bottles. Maybe you have a large hydro flask, and that's why we started selling this in our shop at shop.ebikeescape.com. You can buy the one with the strap, or you can buy the strap separate, and you can even use your own bottle cage and just buy the strap if you'd prefer. And of course, highlighting the versatility, it works with a wine bottle, and I am not scared at all to ride this, because look how snug this is. It's not going anywhere.
All right, but with that out of the way, now everybody knows why that's there. Let's go ahead and talk about these controllers and brakes.
So in pedal assist level 1, it's going to be very obvious the difference between these controllers, and we're just going to start riding. I'm in pedal assist level 1, and we'll showcase the clear difference of these two controllers.
What you're going to notice is that Ryan is going to hit a speed of, I believe it's somewhere in the 6 mile an hour range.
Yeah, so I just hit 7 miles an hour.
Yep, I'm at 10. And I am just steadily pedaling away. And so what I have on the display here, I have the current shown. And so what you'll see is that it is stopping me at 2 amps, but I can pedal as fast as I want and input as much power, and I can get to higher speeds and not need to change the pedal assist.
And I'm only able to catch up by putting a significant amount of effort, because I'm just pedaling past, and the motor is not helping me at all, whereas JT's bike is giving him just that extra little boost, and you can get up to, 10, 14 miles an hour or so.
As much as my little legs will carry me, as some would say. So that's the big difference. Ryan's being a speed limited controller and mine being current limited. And that's how they are able to get a extended range as well out of the 10 or 14 amp batteries.
And let's actually also show off pedal assist level 2, and we should also note that both these bikes are overridden for speeds up to 28 miles per hour as class 3 bikes. All right, and pedal assist level 2?
Pedal assist level 2, let's go. So I give myself a little throttle to start out here. And even in throttle, they are current limited throttle via which pedal assist level you're in. So here we go. So I'm just nice leisurely pace here, maybe even a little ghost pedaling.
And I'm capping out at about 11 miles an hour.
And I'm at 15, providing just a small amount of effort. And so, like I was hinting at before, Ryan's bike is going to limit his overall speed and not provide any power past that, whereas this bike, being unlimited, I will be able to go at any speed. And what's nice about that is that regardless of whether you have the 10 or 14 amp hour battery, you will be able to, say, maybe use a higher pedal assist level to get up to a 20 mile an hour speed, and because the most amperage you're gonna need is on that initial takeoff. However, once you've reached your speed, if you turn down the pedal assist level and you're trying to just maintain, you will be able to just kind of ride with a little bit of effort to maintain that speed and not have to worry about using extra amperage and really extend that range.
All right, JT, I think we should get into the second thing that folks should know that already own Lectric XP 3.0 are looking to buy one, and that is cruise control and walk mode. JT didn't even know there was a cruise control, so let's show it off.
To start out, Ryan, talk to me about walk mode. You're gonna be able to see my display. I did know about walk mode. Cruise control is the interesting one to me, and I'm excited for that though.
All right, so walk mode, the way that works is holding the pedal assist down button. Now, JT, why don't you hop off the bike so we can show this how it works. Yeah. Of course, electric bikes are heavy, so having a walk mode can be handy.
Yeah. So my mother-in-law actually borrowed an e-bike for us the other day, and we had to push it up a little bit of a hill to get it up to her car. Walk mode, fantastic for that if you're just trying to maybe move an e-bike around and you don't want to push, like Ryan said, the heavy bike. So holding the down button and the bike right there just takes off. The screen where it says pedal assist changes to a P, and you just feel that motor power kick off, and you're able to just kind of use that to walk it wherever you need to. So yeah, I'm providing no effort of my own. And the nice thing is too, the brake levers still work. So you keep your fingers over the brake lever, it'll still cut motor power. So even when you're walking up the hill, you can use that motor power and use the brakes to stop it, just like normal.
All right, let's talk about cruise control. This is JT's first time, so I'm gonna walk him through how it works. All right, let's get started first. Maybe use the throttle. And then what you're gonna wanna do is once you're at a comfortable riding speed with the throttle, hold the pedal assist down button until cruise control shows up on the screen.
Okay, oh yeah, there we go, right there. So it shows cruise where it said pedal assist before, or PAS, and that's it. I'm providing no input here. And then to deactivate it, you hit the brakes or the throttle?
Yep, exactly. Okay. And you can actually pedal past the speed.
There you go,
and then once it slows down to your cruise control speed, it'll hold you at that speed.
Oh yeah, that's very nice. Yeah, I like that. See now, I've stopped putting in power, and the bike's slowing down, and so at about 8, it should catch me. So I'm at about 10 right now. There you go, yeah, it stopped me right about there.
All right, with that, I think we should get to the other 3 things that Lectric XP 3.0 owners should know to enhance their experience.
Let's do it.
This next one is more of a pre-purchase decision.
Or if you're trying to buy a second one.
But I will reiterate, as I do in most of my reviews, how much more I prefer step-throughs, because of course they are just so much more accessible. And actually with the Lectric XP 3.0, I actually like the looks of the step-through a little bit more.
For the step-through model here, my knee is at about a 90. So I'm about 5'8" with 29-inch inseam. And the stepping over here would be very comfortable as long as you can get your knee to a 90-degree angle. Moving over to the high step, foregoing the wine bottle, of course, I'd actually have to pick my knee up past that, probably to about 70-ish% there, 70 degrees, to get it up and over that. Just much more of a workout or an experience to get your leg over. So if you have any sort of mobility issues or you have an issue with knees, the step-through model is gonna be the choice for you. Forego the old, this is a girl's bike. Don't worry about that. The bike you have that you will ride is the much better bike.
And speaking of the step over heights, 18.5 inches on the step through. We'll put the number for the high step on the screen, and maybe JT, if we can just put that one next to the step through. Absolutely,
yeah. When you put them next to each other is where that height, you can really see the difference there. So here we go. There you go.
So do yourself a favor and buy the step through, and if you do, why don't you help support the channel by using our link down in the description. All right, JT, why don't you drag in the next thing?
Sounds good. The next item that we think every Lectric XP owner should have, regardless of whether you travel with your bike or not, is gonna be a tote. So this tote, hopefully you find one that's a little bit higher quality. This is a Christmas tree tote, so that is an option for you. But some of the other totes that we see highly recommended are 50-gallon or 45-gallon totes. I know I've seen those online from various places, Lowe's, Home Depot, Fleet Farm, if you have those in your area. Great places to get totes. There's also a Facebook page that there are hundreds of recommendations. People even modify some smaller totes to get them to fit, but that's a good place to double check information and get a tote recommendation. But a tote is number one. Let's go ahead and fold one up and show you what it looks like in here. And once it is folded, it pretty much fits right in. This bike is a little bit different as it has the passenger side pegs on. And as well, if you have a basket front or rear, just be understanding that if you have a front and rear basket installed, you will not be able to get full range of closing. But if you have just a front or just a rear, you'll still be able to get this amount of close, and it'll fit in this tub fairly nicely.
All right, we'll put the dimensions on the screen of this tote, but here's where the real beauty comes in. Team, lift it up.
There you go.
No problem, put it in the back of your vehicle.
Mm-hmm. And some things we've seen people do, as these bikes aren't light, coming in somewhere in the 64-pound range, you can remove the battery to get down that weight a little bit. people get like dog ramps or things like that, and then you can actually get a tote with wheels, and you can actually roll the tote essentially up and out of your vehicle if you're not capable or you don't have somebody else there to help you lift the bike in and out.
So the last thing, and perhaps the most important thing to have an enjoyable ride, is a comfortable saddle. So the one likely that's going to come on your Lectric XP 3.0 is this more sleek. Yes, it's good looking, but comfort-wise, it leaves a little bit to be desired. We have Lectric's upgraded seat with a suspension seat post, and the seat is pretty comfortable, but in my opinion, money well spent is to upgrade to the SR Sun Tour suspension seat post. We've paired this with a Cloud 9 seat. We'll have links to all of these items down in the description.
One quick note though, if you are going to upgrade to the SR Sun Tour seats from the Lectric seat, you will need a shim. And so the stock Lectrics have a 31.8 millimeter diameter, and the SR Sun Tour, like we have here, has a 27.2. They make shims. We'll have it all, like I said, all linked down in the description, but make sure that you have a 31.8 for your electric bike, and then whatever suspension seat post you decide to go to. The SR Sun Tour is just our easy to recommend. They tend to come in somewhere right around $100, sometimes a little bit less, and the amount of riding enjoyment that they provide for that $100 is amazing.
Like hydraulic disc brakes, once you have a suspension seat post, you never want to ride an electric bike without one. And the other seat that will show off, JT, why don't you talk about this seat?
This is the YLG seat, and it looks like it has wings almost, that amount of arc there. I'm gonna state the obvious here. There's a little bit of an arc here that really helps cup the butt of the rider. This seat is maybe not gonna be the best for pedaling, but for just all out comfort, this is gonna be the seat for you. I mean, you can just tell, look at the size difference here. The comfort seat in my mind is a large seat, but the YLG provides that much extra support.
And like most things, it's personal preference. So maybe you could pick up a Cloud 9 seat and a YLG seat, put them both on your bike, return the one that you don't want. I've seen people rave about this seat, and I've seen people who say, I prefer the Cloud 9. So up to you. With that, thanks for checking out the newly upgraded Lectric XP 3.0. Make sure you use our links down in the description as a free way to support the channel. Let me know your favorite accessory down in the comment section below. What other things are we missing that really make your electric experience even better out riding? And I think it goes without saying, bringing the wine maybe in the RV park is kind of a fun thing.
Yeah, if you're maybe going to more social hour, this has got to be the water bottle or mount that you should definitely look at. But obviously I wouldn't indulge until you have stopped riding and don't plan to ride anymore.
Check out all of our electric bike accessories that we sell at shop.ebikescape.com. Again, thank you so much for your support. We'll be adding new products in the coming months, so stay tuned.
That out of the way, we'll see you guys in the next one.